The best putters in the world get 4 things right when they make putts: a perfect setup, a perfect stroke, a perfect speed, and a perfect direction. Seymour's patented and proven rifle scope technology putting system helps golfers improve all 4 areas. Here's how. First, get in a comfortable posture. Square the face to the target line using the putter's alignment line. Then hide the red dot. Doing these 3 things will set you up in an optimal stance, square to the putter, square to the target line, and with your head, shoulders, hips, and hands in alignment. Now you're locked onto the target, like radar, free to putt with confidence the same way every time. Take your game to the next level by becoming a great putter with a Seymour.
Okay, Mike, so some of the things that we kind of looked at, ball position, grip's good, tilt's good, all the stuff's good here. On these shots here, for the irons, your swing path was really in to out, and you were hitting draws with full hooks. The club face was closed, and you were going 4 degrees, 5 degrees plus in to out. And hence, that the more your path, or at least say your weight transfer, goes this way, the more your golf swing club goes that way as well. There's really a correlation between those toes and heel distribution from the inside to out. Okay. All right. Back to the driver. Here's you. On the right, there's impact. The left is address, the right is impact. And you can see that there's not much hip rotation in regards. So it's lending yourself to cast the golf club at the last second. Well, yeah, to square it. Your wrist right there. Your wrist have to square it. It's a little over the top, right? And the club's working left.
Most of that coming from the wrists.
Yeah, well, it's coming. Yeah, so the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock will activate the wrists, right? And that pistol grip will stop your wrist from flipping over. All right, so work on that. So 9 to 3, right? Now, as far as driver goes, all right.
Should I cramp a bit more pressure on my left grip than my right? My left hand.
Yeah. Yeah, last 3 fingers, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, grip it in the left. And that right hand is just on for the ride.
Lighter grip on the right.
Right. Okay. The best thing that I would help you do with your driver, put a tee in the ground there, right, and work the gate drill.
Yeah.
Right, work on that. Now, if you start to go 7 degrees in, we learned that the more in to out you go, 5 degrees, 6 degrees, 7 degrees, the more hook you're going to get. Right? So in order for you to back that up, is just pick your toes up and touch the tops of the roofs of your feet. That kind of keeps you back on your heels, and it will straighten out. Instead of going from inside to out, it'll go more down the line. Right? Typically, if you watch what slicers do, if you watch somebody who really kind of swings over the top, right, who does this, they're back on their heels. Their toes are off the ground and they're back this way. Right? So the more heel weight you have, the more outside in your path goes. The more toe weight you have, the more inside out for that way. All right, and that's going to affect the biggest part of why your ball is cutting to the right with driver. So you need to go
more on my toes with the driver.
Yeah, that's when I draw the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you start hooking it too much, just pick your toes up out of your shoes, and that will decrease it from being so far in out. Make sense?
Rory McIlroy is only 5'9", 161 pounds. But in the U.S. Open, he bombed his drives an average of over 310 yards. Our question is, how does a golfer Rory's size get so much length off the tee? The key to generating distance is what's called the kinetic chain, drawing energy from the ground up through the legs, through the torso, into the arms, and into the club. And in the middle of that kinetic chain is a critical link, the hips. And it's Rory's extraordinary hip action that caught the eye of Dr. Greg Rose. At the Titleist Performance Institute, Dr. Rose has worked with many of the world's best golfers, including Rory, using technology to analyze aspects of the golf swing that are difficult to see with the naked eye.
Rory's got that beautiful tempo, but as he comes through impact, all of a sudden something very different happens, which makes a lot of us sports science guys look at this and go, wow, what's going on there? If we look at hip speed, most amateurs are around 300 to 350 degrees per second. That's how fast they're rotating. Most tour players are around 550 degrees. Rory gets to this amazing 720 degrees per second on the downswing.
What's truly remarkable about Rory's hip acceleration is that it has another gear, reverse.
So if I'm looking at anatomy, you got to understand your abdominals, they run diagonally. Those are called your oblique abdominals. They start on your rib cage and they run down to your pelvis. So imagine it's like a rubber band attached to either side, and as that rubber band is contracting, it's going to grab both sides and pull them closer together. So in Rory's case, those abdominals fire so hard, it actually takes his lower body and it actually spins in the opposite direction. Right there, it's actually moving 377 degrees per second the opposite direction, which is just crazy.
In other words, for a split second, Rory's hips actually move backward faster than most golfers ever move their hips forward. This reverse rotation is extremely rare. Out of the hundreds of pros he's analyzed, Dr. Rose has only seen it a handful of times. And while it isn't the key to Rory's length, it's an amazing indicator of the intense torque Rory uses to generate ball speeds of over 175 miles per hour, among the fastest in the world. Of course, Rory McIlroy didn't win the U.S. Open just by being long off the tee. His ball striking helped him set the Open record, hitting an amazing 62 out of 72 greens in regulation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement, there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.